let me just show you my rig and my setup. So 3 ounce, 3.5 ounce lead, free running, metal trace, it's about maybe 2 foot long, and fishing single hook. Always make sure your single hook is really exposed as much as you can, so I fish right up near the tail, because most times the pike will take by the head. That gives you a chance for hooking in here. So very frozen bait right now, so it all sits well, but really important you bait floss the life out of it, because if you don't, when this thaws out in the water, your single hook will just pop out and rip through the tail. So wrap it up. Try not to break it because it's been in my pocket for a while, so I have new stuff here. It's damp and I've been using it for probably over a year, so it's not the strongest. Let me just get a couple of wraps around it, and then come up here, hopefully you can see it, up here around the hook, just keeping that hook basically connected to the fish, and then just wrap it up. Hopefully you can see that, but it's well frozen. It takes about 20 minutes for this to thaw out, but you can see that. I'm just going to go into this little spot here. You can already see some silvers and stuff moving around there. Make sure your rod and everything's clear, and going hopefully right in the wee slot here, just like that. And then get everything set here. I want this to point towards me a little bit so we get a bit more free movement. So let's set this properly. Alright, wind it back in, take up all the slack. I put the bait runners on just to give me a bit more. Then I put on the drop off like that, open the bait arm, and that's it set. So you've the drop off like that, open bait arm, nice tension on the rod, and then let's put on the alarms. We'll test it. There you go. That's me ready to go. It's rod 1. And that's us. That's 1 rod in. Another 2 rods down here. So 3 rods in. Took 10 minutes once you have the right setup. Took 10 minutes to get it in. The bait will take a little while to defrost. Let's see how we get on. Give it a little time. Just taking the bait. Just let's see how that. Loosen this up a bit. Wheel down on him, because single hook. Wheel down on, feel the tension, and oh, wait. Whoa. Look at this. A massive zebra mussel. Look at this thing. And that's the issue with the rivers and lakes right there. Look at that. Let's get him back in again. There's a fish there. Don't want to startle it. Just got some activity on that rod. A big beep. Means pike potentially is down there fizzing the bait. Hasn't taken it yet. Like I said earlier, they're very, very fussy eaters today. And it's a big roach. So it might be a smaller pike that can't actually take the large bait in. I'm using, on that specific rod, I'm using a large roach just to try to attract something bigger than the smaller jacks. But certainly something hit it. Yeah. Can be on here, let's have a look. It's twice it's been hit now. Multiple times. Until I see that drop back go and the pike actually start to run. It's not worth picking it up, but you can see the rod tip go there. Just be patient. Could be turning the bait around in his mouth. It is a big bait, because I'm using a single hook, which is right in the very tail. I needed to take that whole bait in its mouth and run. Still getting hits in the rod tip. So you can see drop back is off. Gotta give it some time. Gotta let it take that bait in its mouth. Again, no risk of really deep hooking because it's a single hook. If it's triples, I'd need to hit that straight away. Let's see. I can see my bait. Let's get my net here. Really hard to tell. It's close in and it's trying to actually come this way. Let's bring it in. There we go. Just swam past my net. It's not that big. Let's bring it in. Don't like to tire them out too much, so let's get them in here. There we go. And he gets. Thank you very much. God. Okay, well, don't do that. There's danger number one, falling in the water. Let me pick up my gear. Get it down, Jesus. By yourself. Try to dry this camera out. Jesus. Well, that's what I didn't want to happen. Oh, dear goodness me. What a deck. Right up and over me. There's the dangers of fishing by yourself. But pike is still here. The things we do for fish. Oh. Oh. I'm going to keep this in because that's a perfect example of how dangerous pike fishing can be. Any fishing by yourself. So let's get that moved out of the way. Let's see if this boy's hooked. And then I'll get myself dried off and everything else in a second. So lots of leader here. Hey, hey, hey. Hey. See, the hook's just there. Thank you, pike. Thanks for a wonderful fall in the water. Jesus. And we'll just get it. There you go. In and rested. But what a mess I am. Soaking, freezing. Hopefully the camera's still recording. It is. But just really important in the overall dangers of fishing. I think I just shown everyone how not to do something, and I've been doing this years and I've never fell in the water, but it just shows you a small lapse in concentration, excitement for catching a bloody fish, and I'm in the water, you know. So yeah, you need to be extremely careful, people, really extremely careful. Just get you the video of the pike going back. He's rested in the margins here, as you can see. And if we get him out there, see if we can just spin around there a wee second. Right. And as you can see from how much he wants out of that net, as I'm gone. So what I'm just going to do here is rake some of that weed away. So now I know where the hell the edge of the water is. I'm going to put on some gloves to dry my hands up, get some heat in my fingers, because what I don't want is my hands to start freezing up. I have another jacket here, and I have some gloves somewhere in this bag that I'll find. I'll put those on, warm up, and then I'll get back to you. Yeah, I just wanted to, now I've settled down. You can see I've got a big fleece on, extra hood on, got gloves on, just keeping my body heat in. The waders kept 99% of the water out. The only thing that got wet was my jacket, which was on outside of it. But on a real serious note, I fish a lot down here, hundreds and hundreds of times. I've talked about the dangers before, but the grass being in the water and on the verge, I took one step too much, rod in hand, had the net in hand trying to catch. I mean, obviously everyone just needs to be careful. I was wearing all the right equipment, I had all of the right extra clothes just to make sure. You just can't be too careful. So make sure you have some safety aids there with you, make sure that you're being protected. Fishing, angling is dangerous. You hear about people falling in the water all the time and unfortunately losing their lives. This is only 4 or 5 foot of water, so I hit the bottom, was able to stand up, but it's the shock of falling in very cold water. It's the shock that can do the damage. That's why instantly into warm clothes, warm gloves. Luckily for me, we have a beautiful sunny day. I don't know how much you can see there, but beautiful sunny day. That little bit of radiant heat is helping me warm up. I'm absolutely fine. I live less than 5 minutes from here, so I could get home and get warmed up really quickly. But please, please, please stay safe out there. I'm going to keep all of this in to show the risks of angling. I think one of the content creators I watch, Nothing But Fishing or Nothing But Fish, I need to look it up what it is, but I watch his content all the time. He fell in recently, and actually he couldn't get back up the bank. He had no way to actually get himself back up the bank again, so he bought himself hooks and rope for any time he's near the bank. He had to shout for assistance. This time I know the water, it's not that deep. But yeah, just stay safe out there. Hello everyone. I normally say morning and then realise that actually you can watch this any time of day, so it may not be morning. But you join me on a very snowy, cold Northern Ireland afternoon. It's about 12 o'clock. We couldn't come out too early this morning because the roads were still full of snow. But I'm at one of Nycastle's lakes up in Dromore again. You've seen that video before. But today we're going to do something a little bit different. Going to be fishing for some roach. So a little bit of roach for basically for bait for piking tomorrow. Come up here and take some silvers out. But show you around a little bit. You can see snow in the fields. I'm just in the car park. I'm waiting for Eric to arrive, so he hasn't arrived yet. But you can see the snow. But yeah, it's something a little bit different. Going to be using really ultralight rods, little waggler floats, some maggots. Let's see how many we can get. And here we have one mostly frozen lake. Beautiful. Look at that. So cold it is today. I'd say it's going to snow here pretty heavily soon. But there's the river. Anyone that's watched my other videos when I was here carp fishing, that river was up, probably about 4 foot higher, really rapid. You can see it's well and truly dropped now. There's the lake. Definitely wouldn't be doing much carp fishing today. Look at this, beautiful. Snow falling. Some of the lake frozen. Sky's full of it. It's ready, hood up, the gouger behind the ear. Let's see if we can catch anything. They're very, very pretty. It's got the little waggler float on. Cast it out there. There you can see it's a float in the water. Bring on a bit of the slack. Oh, we're on, I think. Yeah, we're on. There you go. Well, just as I'm editing down this video, I realised I never done an outro, so it ended abruptly. But basically, hopefully you got a good message with me falling in the water. Yeah, not good at all, but hopefully you learned a little bit from it. And then just a little bit of bonus fishing from me in the snow. As you can see from my videos, I like to get out at any time. It doesn't matter if it's cold, icy, or snowing. Just the excitement of getting out in the bank is enough. So hopefully you're enjoying what you're seeing. If you like, give me a thumbs up. Maybe think about subscribing. I will be looking to do much more content as we get through 2026. So hopefully you're enjoying. Welcome any comments and feedback. Cheers.